Hello, how are you all? Hi everyone. Hi Harsh. Hi, so today we're basically going live with a very special guest. Her name is Gargi Arya and she is, India's youngest life coach. And not just that, she's also a motivational speaker and an author of a book called The Lion-Hearted Soul. So we're going to be talking all about what it takes to create your dream life. Isn't that amazing? We all want to live our dreams life, don't we? So we're just gonna wait for a few more people to join in. How are your day going? How is your day going, guys? Hi Harsh. I'm good. How are you guys? So we're gonna just see if Gargi has joined in. Gargi, if you can just send a request. So welcome Yash, welcome Mohit. We're going to be talking about what it takes to create your dream life, and we're going to have a very special guest with us. Let's see if I can find her. There she is. And as Gargi joins, I'll also put the topic of the live. So we're gonna pin the topic. Yeah, there we go. Let's see if we can join with Gargi. Hi Adi. So today, Gargi, can you send the request again? For some reason it's not. So today we're going to be basically talking about what it takes to, it says Gargi is unable to join. Gargi, if you could just leave the live and come back in. So today we're going to be talking about what it takes to, live your dream life, what it takes to create your dream life. So many of us, we know what we can do. We know our potential. We know that we're so much more capable. But, okay, wait a second. Let me see if I can invite you, Gargi. Gargi, I've sent you a request. Just see if you can accept it. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I am fine. How are you?
I'm good. How was your day?
It's going well. Yours?
Mine was also good. So for those of you joining in right now, Gargi is India's youngest life coach. Guys, she's 15 years old. Okay, and she's not just a life coach, she's also a motivational speaker and an author of a book called The Lion-Hearted Soul. So Gargi, I mean, congratulations, yeah. Just that 15, I already feel like you've accomplished so much. It's
Thank you.
incredible. So I think let's start with your journey. How did you come to this,
Yes, so first of all, thank you so much for the invitation and the opportunity. Now, getting back to the question that you asked, how did I start my journey? So basically, during COVID pandemic, when everything was shut down, when everything was in lockdown, the lockdown was there. We were all in our four walls of the house, I should say. So during that point of time, I really felt very alone. So I started feeling alone. I started to feel isolated because like I lost someone I loved, not because of the death, but because of some ego clashes in the family. So what happened was because of that incident in my life, I started to feel very alone, and it just hit me hard to the bottom that how can it happen? And like always, as all other people start to saying that whenever a challenge hits, there is something that we question, that we ask, why me, God, why me?
Yeah.
And similarly, I was asking day in and day night. I was completely like, my situation was outside I was smiling, but inside I was not really happy with my life. So
Yeah.
one day I really got frustrated of my life, started feeling like sick and tired of being sick and tired. And that day I just asked myself one single question, that Gargi, is it the way that you would like to live your entire life? So
Yeah.
there's something that shifted that day because of that question. And another question that came into my mind was, am I ready to face all these things which are happening? And that day I realized that how badly I was treating myself. Because of that, maybe some incident in my life, I was beating myself. I was like being the hardest person on me. And since then, I decided to shift my mindset. I decided that if I can't change some other person, that doesn't mean that I can't change my life. So I
Very
stopped caring about other people, and I started to like all the focus shifted towards me, and it was all about improving myself from within, because your
wow.
inner world is going to create your outer world. So I
Very
started reading, I started like listening to some motivational videos just to motivate myself, and this is how I started. So basically my main intention of starting was to get myself out of the depression I was facing. But I didn't realize how this journey of me helping myself soon turned into a mission to help other people. So
Yeah.
this is how it happened.
That's very true. I think mine is a similar story, except I just got really sick. And there comes a point in your life where you hit the rock bottom, you're just like, this
Yes.
is it. Enough is enough. I can't do this anymore. And that's when transformation happens, I think. That's brilliant. So getting into the topic now, we have been talking about creating life by design, and that's what the topic is today. But I think a lot of us don't really understand what it means. What does creating life by design really mean to you?
See, according to me, life by design basically means rather than playing on a mediocre level, rather than being ordinary, just having the courage to start your dreams. Because you know what? Each one of us has dreams here. All the 15 people who are here, we all have dreams. But the key doesn't lie in dreaming those dreams. The key actually lies when we start taking steps towards like motivating ourselves, towards encouraging ourselves to take the step towards our goals and dreams. Because most of us, what I have observed is the cycle happens like this. We have dreams, we are very motivated to go on with our dreams. We are very motivated, we make plans for our goals that in 6 months I am going to do this in my career, then in 12 months I am going to be fit, I am going to go to gym every single day. Then this motivation, it starts to reduce.
Yeah.
Any obstacle will hit you, you are going to take the step back. And at this point of time where the challenge shows up, there are two kinds of people. First, who will step back, which 99% of the world already does, and
Yeah.
only 1% of the world takes the step forward to create the life of their own dreams, to make them, like my book also, The Lion Hearted Soul, is all about finding the message in the mess. So whatever it is that you are facing, find an opportunity to grow and evolve. And
Yeah.
there's a quote like, if you don't accept or if you don't change, whenever God puts any challenge in your life, if you don't make the decision to change, then you know what is going to happen? That challenge is going to hit you harder than before. And until and unless you don't learn that lesson, that will keep hitting you again and again in the most disastrous way. So it's your choice whether to change or whether to stay where you are. So life by design simply means taking the step forward, having that courage and getting started. So in simple terms, it is like it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think till now we had heard about IQ, intelligence, EQ, emotional, and now comes AQ. You have to be adaptable, right? If you want to succeed in life, you have to be adaptable to the situations and everything that is happening to you, right?
Agree.
So one other thing I think it's very important for us to let the audience know is what is the difference between a life coach and a counselor? Like everybody asks me this. So I think if we can just talk about this, it would be
Yes,
amazing.
nice question. So, according to me, the difference between a life coach and a counselor is I feel that a counselor is more interested in the problems of the person that is facing, and a
Yeah.
life coach is more interested in the person rather than the problem. So, in simple terms, suppose someone is facing depression, and if she or he comes to me, then, being a life coach, I'm going to first help him or her solve that problem of depression, get him or her out of that problem, and then give a roadmap that this is what you need to do. Sit with that person, create that plan, and whatever that person wants to achieve, give him or her the tools so that he can use in his or her life. But if I talk about a counselor, to me, basically, once the problem is resolved of that person, tata bye bye is done in the counseling part. So I feel
Yeah.
this is the difference.
Yeah, I think that's very true. Counseling is more focused on, just the mental health aspect of the
Yes,
person. And life coach, I think, is very holistic. It covers all areas of your
all
life.
areas.
Yeah, so that will be that. I think now we can actually kind of understand what it takes to start creating your dream life, right? So if you could give just three ingredients or three qualities that a person needs if they want to start creating their dream life, right? So for example, one thing you mentioned is courage, for sure. I think everybody needs courage if you want to start, you know, walking on this path itself. So I think courage is one thing for sure. But if you could give two other key ingredients, what would those be?
The second ingredient is confidence. And by confidence, I don't mean that whatever you say, whatever risk you take, they are going to ultimately, like, yes, they are going to impact your confidence, your self esteem will grow up. But this time, in this ingredient of confidence, I'm going to go in a deep or a second perspective of how I see that. So, your confidence never comes from the things you do, from what other people say. Your confidence always comes when you love and like the person every single day you are watching in the mirror.
Yeah.
So according to me, every single thing, every single the confidence, the courage, the clarity, once you start to spend time with yourself, once every single day you just stand in front of the mirror, ask yourself, what do I need? Or just appreciate yourself for what all you have done during that day and say, I love you. Propose to your own self. That will sound crazy in the initial periods, in the initial days, but you know what, the concept of confidence is all about accepting and owning yourself the way you are. So the second ingredient according to me is confidence, that is liking the person you are. And
Yeah.
the third thing for me is knowing your why. Like my mentor Blair Singer, he's called the master of masters in Success Gyan Academy. So Blair Singer, when I first time interacted with him, he only said me one thing in front of the whole group, that you know what, Gargi, because of your age, many people will come in your life who are going to criticize you, who are going to think that you don't study, you only do these things, but they don't know the reality. As many people are going to come into your life, they will feel like you are scamming other people, you are just making fun, or you are just doing everything just like copying others. But he
Yeah.
only said, and further he added, but if you just stick to your why, if you just stick to the main reason, why do you want to help other people, every single thing will start to unfold in a beautiful and a magical way. And if today, some days I feel sad that or anyone has put me down and I feel sad about it, that statements of Blair Singer always come into my mind and then I start again. So knowing your why is very important. Commitment. So in other words, it's called commitment. Everyone in this world can teach you anything that you want, but the one thing that no person I believe can give you is the drive that
Yeah.
should come from within you. So many people like believe that motivation and inspiration like they are only for some time and then they just go away from your life. Most people have this kind of mentality only. And also like motivational speakers, what they have a mentality related to motivational speakers is they only talk good stuff. They don't talk about the reality. But I believe that commitment is something, motivation and inspiration is just like brushing your teeth. If you brush your teeth every single day, they will be clean. If you miss some days, they will be bad. You will not, nobody will try to like want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Similarly, is the concept of motivation and inspiration. If you always do something every single morning to motivate yourself, inspire yourself, that drive will start to come, that why will start to show up. So first is courage, second is confidence, and third is commitment.
Yeah. And I think once you have the commitment and you know your why, you're ready for anything and everything. After
Yes.
that, no matter how many obstacle comes, no matter what happens, you're gonna keep going. So I think, yeah, like I loved the 3 points. Very, very nice. And also especially when we're starting the journey, there's so many doubts. And I think a lot of people have put the same questions to me, that how do I overcome this fear of the resistance showing up in us? How do I overcome the fear of failure? How do I overcome the fear of people judging me? How do you start? Like, I think that's the main key. Once you start, then it gets easier. But that starting point is where everybody is stuck, right? So what would you suggest to them? How can they start this journey?
So, when you are going to start something new, it's always that somewhere you will face fear also and you will be uncomfortable because you have never done those things and that's why your mind tries to protect you. So, the first job, the main job of our mind is to always protect you from danger. If I
Yeah,
go back to the ancient times, in earlier times when humans were just evolving, that species of Homo sapiens was just coming on the earth, what was happening? At that point of time, no houses were there, no shelter, no food. So, what they did, they used to live in the forest, they used to live in the jungles, and at that point of time, any weather conditions, any wild animal coming towards them would be a sign of danger. So
yeah,
because they didn't have shelter, so anything will can come and attack at them. So the first layer or the oldest layer of our brain is called reptilian brain.
yeah,
So this is the brain, or this is the layer of our brain where all the limiting beliefs are there, and it
yeah,
is millions, like it is older. So changing it can be a little like difficult, but what I would recommend is 5 minute secret. So whatever it is that you are, struggling with, if you want to make a video, have the camera in front of you, record for 5 minutes. Just start speaking for 5 minutes, and you won't even know that you are going to lean into the flow. And the flow, when it comes, you will start to take action. If you
yeah,
are someone who is very much like, some people are very lazy in reading. So earlier I also was lazy who will read the chapters, like apart from the school ones I'm talking. So I was very lazy in reading also. So then I started to build this habit for 5 minutes, 5 minutes of reading. Then it turned into 10 minutes, then 15 minutes. So this is how you can start. And related to fears, whenever a fear comes up, do this. Take the fear out, keep it in your passion. I know
Yeah.
it's something of silly, but take it out, whatever doubt is there, change your story. So if suppose I have a doubt that I'm too young, what will other people think of me when I'm recording a video? What will other people say about me if I'm stumbling in my videos? I can change the story. This is a story which is disempowering me. So I
Yeah.
can change the story into something that, you know what, at least I'm having the courage to do these things. At least
Yeah.
I'm able to create a life of my own dreams while the other people are busy with their work and drama. I am at least busy creating a life that I truly want to live. So this
That's
becomes an empowering story for the same limiting belief. So first is changing your stories. Second is the squash activity.
yeah. So I think this was one of the main questions that popped up. Stuti, how do we overcome this fear of failure? How do we overcome people judging us? So there you go, guys. First of all, change that story. You keep telling us that same story again and again, and then it keeps building up. And there comes a time when you don't even realize how ingrained that story has become in our mind, right? So the first step would be, yes, changing that story. Make it a more uplifting, positive, exciting story for that same limiting belief. And then, like Gargi said, taking it out and let's just push it and move on. And take action. I think that's another thing. When you start taking action, automatically all your doubts and fears starts going away and you just start going with the flow. Right? So that's one
Just
thing.
one more
Yeah.
thing I would like to add. Another principle, because you said taking action, it just popped up. It is related to paying the price.
Yes.
Whatever you want to do in your life, if you are not paying the price of it every single day, by paying the price, I mean, when I started, I used to pay the price of just giving myself the permission of at least 3 hours in the day to simply focus on my goals. So focus on building my reach, focus on like editing videos, getting the skills that I needed to do, attending the Success Gyan Summits, attending other people's webinars. When I initially started, I followed international authors because I didn't know of Success Gyan till then. So their webinars used to happen at 12 a.m. In India, it was 12, so midnight. I used to wake up at 12 to attend those webinars. So in every single day, from the day I started, I am paying the price, you are paying the price for your goals. So similarly, something or the other, make a list of all your hard things. Start to say affirmations about it, positive statements, I can do this, I can do this, and then start to take action, because the more the price you are going to pay, the more abundance, more dreams, more opportunities will start to come on your way. So this is what it happened.
I think that's one of the key things that no matter, especially when you start a journey like this, where it's gonna be lonely. It's very much a solo journey, right? You're gonna lose a lot of people. You're gonna stop vibing with a lot of people, and you're gonna be at a whole another energy level. So you got to be ready, right? A lot. I think for me, I've lost a lot of friends, and you know what? I'm perfectly okay with it because I know I'm at a much higher vibrational energy, and now being with those same people that I used to be with, I don't vibe with them anymore. So I think all have to pay different prices, and you should be prepared for that, right? Also, I think one of the key things is as we start, a lot of challenges start to come up, right? Every day we're
Yes.
pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone. Every day we're, trying to do new things. So for you specifically, what were those challenges and like how did you overcome them?
First challenge was creating a video. So this was the first challenge because I used to fear. There was a fear of judgment in me. What will other people think of me? What if I stumble? What if I'm not looking good in my videos? What if I'm not looking like a motivational speaker or speaking like a coach? Like the
Yeah.
tonality should be different. So my resistance was to make a video. So I started the 21-day challenge in 2022. So this is the first year when I started to make motivational videos and started to upload on YouTube. Like my friends, everyone around me used to recommend me, you are a motivational speaker. स्पीकर हो ना, डर डर की किस बात for a 21-day challenge, and the first day 40 times I made the video. 41st was the 41st was the best video that I uploaded on YouTube.
Yeah.
So how did I process my judgment? The thoughts of fear of judgment was, I started to give myself a new story. At least I have the courage. No matter whatever they are going to say, it will not affect me, because people's job is to say. Whoever thinks it's easy, aap kar lo. If you think it's easy, you do, and
That's,
then come back
that's
to me.
amazing. I'm gonna
So
feel that. Next time anybody tells me this, I'm like, aap kar lo.
So this is the first thing that I faced. The second resistance or the second challenge was my isolation. So I used to feel very alone. Like I had a lot of people around me, but still because of because I was focusing more on my goals and dreams,
Yeah,
I
you're building
completely
the
isolated myself. Yes, the focus was there. So this is so for some time I like challenge myself to be selfish, and then today also it's both sides, being selfish to be selfless, as Pooja Puneet ma'am says. So
Yeah.
this was my second challenge. Third challenge I think for me was the fear of failure. What if I fail? What if I fail during this journey? What if things don't work out? What if my reach doesn't get built? What if no one enjoys to listen to me? So I started challenging myself by taking action. I did a lot of things, writing blogs, posting videos, posting reels every single day, posting something on social media, doing free webinars for other people. Though it was not easy, but still it was worth it. So these three were the top challenges for me.
Okay. So I think now let's take in some questions. If any of you have any questions regarding what it takes to create your dream life, I would love for you to ask. Um, let's just see. I had seen one question. I have to find it. Okay, so one of the questions that came in before is, what if I don't know what my dream life looks like? How do I proceed?
Okay, great question whoever asked. So whenever you don't know what your dream life look like, my recommendation, there are 6 areas in your life. First is health, second is happiness, third is career, fourth is your finance, fifth is relationships, sixth
Mm,
is spirituality,
yeah.
and 7 areas actually. The last one is your personal development. So
Mm,
these 7 areas allow yourself to dream in each and every area. So what should be my health look like? So after 6 months or maybe till the end of 2022, how do I want to look? What do I want to do in my health sector? Do I want to join gym? Do I want to cycle every day? Do I want to like something in your physicality that you must improve, that you think you should improve?
yeah.
Second thing, in your career, maybe if you are not clear in your career, start to make your joy list, like whatever things you love to do in your life and they make you happy. So start writing at least 20 things that make you happy and you can do anytime. Then choose at least five or top three, whatever you feel is the number for you, the top ones that you can do anytime. No one has to push you ever. So do those things, pick up those top, whatever the number that you have got, and after that, what you need to do is start to explore. You know, the main reason why people stuck is because they only start saying, I'm so confused. I don't know what will happen to my life. I try every single day something new, but everything fails. And when you are going to ask them, how many things did you try? 2 things I tried. So,
Yeah.
most of the answers will always be 2, 3, 4. The number won't increase after 5. So,
Yeah.
start to explore, learn, and practice. If you are stuck between two things, start to explore them for one week or two weeks, and then see which is the one which is catching your heart, which is catching your
Yeah.
eyes. So just the main answer will be, in these 7 areas of your life, allow yourself to dream big. If
Yeah.
you there's a quote that if you are dreaming, then don't dream small, dream big. What if it comes true? You never know. I never knew I was going to become a motivational speaker, a life coach, but it happened. It happened just like it. So all these things you start to do.
Also, if you don't know what your dreams look like, you don't need to necessarily think about your life 10 years ahead, Just think 1 year, in
Yeah.
this next 1 year, what do I want? What are my goals for the next 1 year? Put them down for each of the categories that Gargi mentioned. Put down, 2 or 3 goals that you want to achieve in this next 1 year, and try
Yes.
following through on that. Try working through on that. So each day, like when you wake up, set an intention. Today, I want to cover this, and for this, what will I have to do today? Right? So start leading your life in a way that I want to achieve this by the end of the year. So, Skilia, what do I need to do today?
Yes.
Right? And another question was, so how do we create a life that we know we deserve when the reality and the situations around us are just very bad? Like this, the reality is bad. Whatever is happening around in our lives is just so bad that I don't know how can I focus on creating my own life.
I think the first thing that we all need to understand is taking 100% responsibility of our life. So there follows a formula: E plus R equals to O. E is for your events, the things which are put by God, by the universe, the challenges that you face, that we all can never change. If someone is leaving my life, I cannot stop them until and unless it's their choice to come back. If
Yeah.
someone is dying, like if there is a death of my closed one, I cannot do anything. For some time I'll feel bad. Like if it's a close one, maybe I will start to feel a little bit depressed. But you know what? The magic lies in the R. So O is for outcome, E is for events, and R is either react or respond. And the difference between these two is, so for example, I used to do it before. So earlier my reaction, if anyone would stop talking to me now, or if like my friends know, my biggest jealousy comes is when they are not talking to me, they are talking to someone else. So I'm
Yeah.
still there, but they are not talking with me. So
Yeah.
that was the reaction of me was blocking them on WhatsApp on my call list. So every single time a friend would do that, I used to block them. So that used to be my reaction. The response, when I started to understand this concept of taking charge of your life, that means you are only responsible for your happiness. I was shocked. If someone else is disturbing me, will it not affect my areas of life? Will it not affect me in mental terms? So then I started to use this mantra. If Hakuna Matata.
Yeah.
Hakuna Matata in the Lion King. So whatever, I can't remember what the meaning was. So it was something related to every mess has a message. So
Yeah.
something like that was there. It
I
was the
I
earlier
really
time.
know Hakuna Matata. What does it translate to? Just put it in the comments. I even have forgotten right now.
Yes.
Okay, and I think we have one more question here. Your young mind things is asking, hi Gargi, really inspired by you. Wanted to know your mantra for consistency.
Consistency, there are few reasons. First is my morning routine. So the morning routine that I follow builds me up. So I do only 4 things. Now it has reduced to 4. Earlier I used to do a lot. So first thing is writing every single day my gratitude, whatever it is that I'm grateful for. Counting the blessings, because the more you count your blessings, the more it will come into your life. The second thing I do is owning. Every single day I ask myself, what are the three emotions I'm feeling right now? It's not that every single day I'm going to wake up with full confidence with a happy mood. Some
Yeah.
days are there in my life also when I am sad, when I am like all at the edge of giving up. So at those period of times, I allow myself to feel and own my emotions, and then follows up a next question that what would I want to feel during the day? Three emotions I would like to feel. So
Yeah.
if it's sad, I will do something to make myself happy. So whatever the emotion I have written, I'm going to try my best to live in those feelings only.
Setting
The
an
third,
intention at the beginning, right?
setting an intention. The third thing I do for in the morning is dreaming. Something, whatever it comes to my heart, maybe it is impossible also, I will write down. So something like I am walking alone on the streets, Doraemon has come, like the world has stopped, I am only roaming. It's all impossible and it's all crazy, but still I write, no matter whatever it is. And the fourth thing is either reading or listening to something positive. So these are the four things for my morning. The second reason for my consistency is my why. Why do I want to help people? And that is the main reason for me to do everything that I do. And the last thing is the mentors that I have. So every single day, 1 hour I give to my mentor to listen to their videos or courses I have bought. So these are the three things for my consistency.
That's beautiful. I think we all have so much to learn from Gargi, guys. And everybody's telling Hakuna Matata means don't worry. Yeah. So, okay, now we're near to the end, and I have like one last big question for you. So let's say that, tomorrow, like let's say you're about to die, and you've been given a paper or a pen, and you're only supposed to give three lessons that you've learned up until now. Three lessons that you've learned in your life, and that's all that you or anybody else will remember in this world. So, what will those three lessons be?
Okay, those three lessons for me, it's a nice question. I never thought about it. So, the three lessons that I would give is first of all that I am responsible for my own happiness, because the depression that I went through, maybe I would have saved myself from going through a lot of stuff just by knowing these things that whatever is happening is within me. So maybe if I
Yeah.
would have responded to that situation earlier, so the state I was going through wasn't like it wasn't too much. So that will be my first lesson. The second lesson of my life is I'm like, rather than thinking or rather than giving importance to what all I have achieved, I will give more importance to the people who matter the most in my life. So one of the things or I still do is I'm a very introverted person. It's only when I have to speak I look extroverted. It's only when I have to attend or give seminars I look extroverted. But by my nature I'm simply an introvert. So I don't like to talk to people very much. So I used to cancel every meeting, every call when it was time. Earlier it used to happen that I don't used to pick up the calls, whoever used to call me. So people somewhere started to feel that इसको तो कोई चिंता ही नहीं है मेरी. She never cares about me. She doesn't love me. So
Yeah.
because of that, people started to misunderstand me. And due to that misunderstanding, I too started feeling guilty that why am I doing this? So the second lesson is giving more importance to the people who matter the most, helping them or telling them that you know what, you are really special. Because for me, I am not very much I would tell.
Outspoken.
Yes,
Yeah.
outspoken in communication. So when it comes to talking to the loved ones and saying that you know you really matter to me, so I cannot do those things. I can only
Yeah.
write and send messages. So
Yeah.
this is the second thing, and the third last lesson I would say is mm, the third last lesson.
You can do it. It's all in here.
Yes.
No?
So
That can be the last message. Everything lies inside of you. You have all the potential inside of you, right? No
yes,
need to look outside for anything. It's all
yes. So
within you.
like the
And
third lesson I
yes,
got was because I was being so hard on myself. I feel that today also somewhere I'm being hard, not in every area, but I have started to feel that way that somewhere I'm being hard with me till today. So maybe because of the past or maybe because of the stress that I feel. So right now the third lesson would be to give more and more love to myself. So self love is not selfish, it is important.
beautiful.
That is
That's
the third.
beautiful. And with this, I think we're towards the end. If anybody has any questions right now, you can ask. Let's see. Sarita is saying, really, I learned a lot. You're amazing, dear Gargi.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, I don't think there are any questions. All right, let's end it. Thank you so much, Gargi, for coming on here. It means a lot to me. I think we all have learned so much. You are such an inspiration by God. God bless you. Yeah, I mean, at your age, I didn't even know what any of this meant. Especially, I think the word coach didn't even exist in our time when I was 14. So I'm so proud of you. I think you're doing amazing work. And guys, please go follow Gargi if you haven't already. I love her content. It's amazing. And yeah, okay. Chalo. Bye bye.
Thank you so much, everyone, and thanks to you for inviting.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. Okay, guys. Chalo. Bye.
Bye.